Let me ask you something. Have you ever met someone, they tell you their name, you're looking right at them, and seconds later it's gone? And you start wondering, is something wrong with my memory? If this happens to you, I want you to stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this happens, and you'll have several ways to stop it from happening again. Here's the key idea that most people never hear. Names are one of the hardest things for our brains to remember because they are really meaningless by themselves. Think about this for a second. A face has shape and emotion. A voice has tone. A name has no built-in image. When someone says their name, it enters your working memory, which is controlled by the prefrontal cortex. The working memory is extremely limited and easily disrupted. Now add what's happening socially. When you meet someone, your brain is so busy making eye contact, thinking about what to say, judging the interaction, and managing self-awareness. Even mild stress, social stress, raises our cortisol levels, and cortisol directly interferes with the hippocampus, the part of the brain that converts short-term information into long-term memory. That means the name often never gets stored. It disappears because the process was interrupted. Now, here is something really important. Forgetting names is not the same as memory loss. In neurodegenerative conditions, when people have problems within the brain, people forget familiar people, places, and events. Here, the name was never fully encoded to begin with. That distinction matters tremendously, and it should bring you lots of relief that there's nothing wrong with your brain. So, let me share with you several techniques. Even if you choose a few of these, they really can help you. Technique number 1 is repetition and engagement. When someone tells you their name, say it back one time out loud. Very important, not multiple times, just once. Speaking activates additional brain circuits beyond hearing alone, which immediately increases memory strength. Technique number 2 is visual anchoring. Take the name and attach it to something that you see, a facial feature, hair, glasses, posture. The hippocampus in our brain remembers images far better than words. You're turning an abstract name into something concrete. Technique number 3 is movement. A small physical action like tapping a finger, shifting your weight, or nodding activates the motor networks in the brain. And when memory, movement, and attention fire all together, encoding improves. This is because acetylcholine and dopamine increase, which tells the brain this information is important. Technique number 4 is emotional tagging. Emotion strengthens memory. You don't need strong emotions. Even mild interest helps. Silently think, "This person matters," or "I want to remember this name." That intention by itself, that thought, increases the hippocampus engagement, making you remember much better. Technique number 5 is all timing. Names are best encoded in the first few seconds. So if you miss that window, the brain moves on. That's why trying to remember later feels so difficult and hard. Catch it early. Now let me explain why this gets worse with age, fatigue, and stress. As we get tired, the brain has fewer resources available for working memory. Dehydration and poor sleep definitely reduce our neurotransmitter efficiency. Stress pulls activity away from the hippocampus and toward the amygdala. None of this is damaged. It's resource allocation. So if you notice this is happening more when you're tired or rushed, that's normal and expected. It's not decline. It's overload. Here's the most important takeaway. Your brain isn't broken. It's efficient. It prioritizes survival and social processing over abstract labels. Once you understand that, you stop blaming yourself and start working with your brain instead of against it. So the next time you meet someone, slow the moment down just a little. Say the name once, add a visual, add some movement, add intention. That combination gives the hippocampus in our brain what it needs to store that name, so you don't forget. If this video helped you understand your brain better, share it with someone who always says, "I'm terrible with names." Well, just to let you know something, so am I. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please share it with your friends and family. Leave your comments below. And most important, make it a great day. I'm Dr. Alan Mandel.